I'd like to start with a question. What is the difference between a hooker's foot and butterscotch? Do you know how hard it is to bury butterscotch in the dark? Thank you guys for coming out tonight. We're out here standing up for cancer. I appreciate you guys all coming out. I support cancer, because I love headbands and no eyebrows and John Edwards. So thank you guys. Oh, it's not that? Oh, we're not. Oh, okay. So I was at the airport the other day because I had to fly to Hong Kong because I needed a pair of flip-flops. And I like to go to the source. The vast and cavernous flip-flop mines of Victoria Harbor, Hong Kong is where you go to get the finest in flip-flops. So I'm waiting in line, and behind me is a large American-sized family. 3 of them. It's a big old herd of fatties. And I put my bag up on the scale. I was like, it's like 48 pounds, whatever. And I got to pay like an extra $25 for my bag. But with my bag and me, I weigh less than 200 pounds, and behind me is 900 pounds of grade A American. So I'm sort of like, where's mine? I take care of myself. Why do I have to pay when they clearly are causing the airlines to consume more fuel? So what I'm proposing is I guess you'd just call it a fat tax. I mean, you could charge them for the extra seatbelt, the oxygen consumed on the plane, the damage to the seats, the restroom, the airplane as a whole. Because, what are they going to do? Are they going to have a march? They're going to have a fucking march? No! They're going to come across the bridge in Selma, Alabama, in this glorious moment, the bridge just gives way. The Million Rascal March on the Mall. The cost to reseat it would be astronomical. So, I used to be in the Navy. Thanks. You're welcome. I was in a submarine, Special Forces, and you learn a lot of shit in Special Forces. You learn how to masturbate silently, and then very loudly. But, while I was in, I got a hold of some sensitive documents, and I did release some to WikiLeaks. I did. But not all of them got out, so I'm going to talk to you about it right now. The Navy is homophobic. And yet it is the gayest organization I have ever been a part of. And I've done plays. I've done musicals. And when you get in the Navy, they give you a dandy little jumper and a neckerchief and a little hat. It's got a cape on the back, bell bottoms with buttons. They issue you a fucking pea coat. Oh, straight man wears a pea coat? Oh. So, while I was in the Navy, boat pulls into Thailand. I don't know, was there ever been to Thailand? Don't go. I'll tell you why. A friend of mine, this did not happen to me. A friend of mine, he hooks up with what is known as a buy me drink girl. I'll translate that. That's a prostitute. Okay, guys, if you're in the third world and a woman asks that you buy her a drink, she's a hooker. So buy her a drink. Buy that girl that drink. Anyway, so he goes back to her little place, and she's like, I like Starburst inside of me, and I want you to eat them out. Yeah. Oh, wait, my story gets better. This is why you don't go to Thailand. 4 Starbursts go in. 5 come out. Because it was just a big clump of herpes. Yeah. So, also when I was in the Navy, when I started submarine school, they give you a puppy. A little German Shepherd puppy. You name it the first day of submarine school. You raise it. He was called Kibbles. Kibbles, my little German Shepherd puppy. And you raise it up, and we were under the impression that we were raising them for canine units, for like bomb disposal. And on the day of graduation, they hand you a nickel-plated 9mm. And when I was done, the captain looked at me and said, "There was a bullet in that gun." As I'm just holding what's left of my dog. I had to buy a whole new set of whites. It was like $9 to replace them. I missed that dog. They promoted me on the spot, though, for that. So I bought myself a crock pot, because that's like potpourri you can eat. And now my apartment smells like a Mexican grocery store because of the spices I use. The 8 or 9 feral cats that run around, and the 14 guys living there that are refurnishing my bathroom. Oh, boo. Boo on you. So I don't know if anybody else has been with a prostitute, but I have. Because I was in the Navy. But there are rules for prostitutes. Rule number 1 is don't haggle. The sex trade is not an adjustable rate market. Rule number 2, don't have sex with a Russian, because she's a slave. And that's wrong. And rule number 3, to caveat into that, is only have sex with women from native countries where prostitution is legal. Because they haven't been trafficked there, and like horrible things haven't happened. Unless it's the United States. Like, that's like the 4th rule is don't have sex with an American prostitute. Because in the 3rd world, she's probably like a sociology major. It's like the stripper translation. In the 3rd world, she's a hooker. In the United States, she would have been a stripper. So she's like a sociology major, she's a student of life or whatever. She's just trying to get by. In America, terrible things happen to that woman. Like her father had boundary issues. She received letters from teachers when she was in the 7th grade. Shit like that. You don't want that. Terrorism's in the news. That's important. Gotta love terrorists, right? So, in general, when terrorists die, they go to heaven, whatever. In their mind, they go to heaven, and they get 72 virgins. But in the Quran, there's no definition of what type of virgin it is. Like, I don't know how many times you could hear the word ow. I mean, after 14 or 15 times, that would get old. Or how many times you'd have to explain a hand job, because that would get embarrassing. But, I mean, what if it was like 72 babies? I mean, you can't have sex with those babies for like 12 years. That's a long time to wait. But what's worse is there's a lot of female suicide bombers. I mean, what do they get? They get 72 virgins in heaven? Ooh. That's the longest, shortest 72 seconds in religious history. Like, she'll get up there, here's the click-clack of 12-sided dice 72 times over. The hefty aroma of Axe body spray and fucking Hot Pockets. So I used to have a girlfriend. She dumped me, quite possibly because of this joke. So I used to date this girl with MS, which is fucking awesome. And I'll tell you why. Because there are times, like, she'll, like, stroke out or seizure out. Like, we're having sex, like, she'll come and, like, But it's great, because then you get, like, this 15-minute window where, like, she can't say no because she already said yes. And I'm not talking about, like fucked up anal sex or anything, because that's how she got there. What I'm talking about is, like, all right, I'll put a robe on her, and I'll go down, I'll put her, in the driver's seat of my car, and then I'll set my camera with a timer, and then get in the passenger seat and go, ah! That's my time, guys.
Yeah, woo!